podcast watcher. A grand welcome to you again to this week's podcast. Believe me, you did the right thing when you this download podcast entitled 7 Dangerous Mistakes Why All Sales Professional Must Avoid Them at Any Cost. Period. What you are about to watch may knock your socks off your feet. Don't believe. Just continue reading. And you will agree with me 110% really. Jokes aside. By the way, before saying another word, may I have the pleasure of introducing my humble self to you. My name is Madam Roberto and I avatar developed by CTM Joseph NG. His biodata, his company and his free ebook will be presented by my colleague Madam Sophia, another I avatar programmed by CTM Joseph. Any objections? If none, then shall we continue? Without delaying another minute, may I proceed with this video's intro? Yes. To whet your appetite, allow me to give a gist of this week's podcast. Is it alright with you? Thanks a million. As a prelude to this video, it is only right to declare that not only the sales professionals play a mistakes-free role in driving business growth. Without exceptions, even experienced sales individuals in their long selling career can make such mistakes that hinder their success. Agree or not? It is of no great surprise these 7 common errors include poor listening skills, focusing more on selling than understanding customer needs, and failing to build strong relationships. Believable or not? You can bet your last dollar it is a gospel truth. It is no rocket science that many salespeople rely too heavily on scripted pitches, lack proper product knowledge, or neglect follow-ups, which can damage trust and lose potential clients. Isn't it? Trust me, in a competitive marketplace, these mistakes can significantly impact sales performance. In this respect, it is really essential for professionals to continuously improve their strategies, adapt to customer preferences, and refine their communication skills. Can we get a big yes to that? I believe you can. Now that we have exposed the introductory phase of this podcast, shall we dig deeper into the nuts and bolts of this video? Shall we? Thanks again. To be crystal clear, here are some common mistakes committed by sales professionals that can hinder their performance and client relationships. Alright. First mistake first. Okay. Then let us go full speed ahead. Mistake number 1. Poor listening skills. Believe me, I stand corrected, as I strongly believe some salespeople are focusing too much on selling rather than understanding the client's needs. As such, the negative impact would be that the seller misses key information that could help close the deal. As a remedy, a good salesman must always practice active listening. Preferably ask open-ended questions and pay attention to the client's responses. Hello. Does that make sense to you? I bet it does. Having said that, we should now progress to another grave mistake, which is mistake number 2, overloading with information. In truth, it is unwise for sales individual to bombard prospects with product features instead of focusing on how it solves their specific problems. If unchecked, it would overwhelm or bores the prospect. Believable or not? When faced with such negative situation, good sales professionals should always tailor their pitch to highlight benefits relevant to the customer's needs, to say the least. Agree or not? Mistake number 3, lack of preparation. As you can see, salespeople are sure to commit serious mistake when they go into meetings without researching the prospect's business, industry, or challenges. Then the sales meeting comes across as unprofessional and uninteresting. To avoid such errors, sales professionals must thoroughly do their homework before meetings so as to personalize your approach. Can we get a big yes to that remark? I hope you get what I mean. Honest. The next mistake is a real kicker. Watch it for yourself to prove it a kicker. Mistake number 4. Failing to build relationships. Now let's us be crystal clear. This mistake number 4 is no-brainer. When sales professional treats sales as a transactional process, rather than a relationship-building exercise, there is going to be a nasty upheaval. If unchecked, it will result decrease or lowers the chance of repeat business or referrals. Fear not. There is an easy remedy. The salesperson has only to focus on long-term connections through trust, empathy, and regular follow-ups. Easy to understand. I bet it is. Mind you, the next mistake is so common, it actually needs no explanations. True. Mistake number 5. Talking too much, selling too hard. If truth is to be told that when salespeople begin to dominate the conversation and using aggressive sales tactics, the sales transcation would be in grave danger. However, there is a saving grace. The salesperson has to avoid to making prospects feel pressured, leading to less resistance. On the other hand, any sales transaction can be made better still, especially when the seller strive very hard to create a two-way dialogue where the client feels heard and respected. Hello. Can you get my point? Apart from the above, let's examine the next mistake closely. Okay. Mistake number 6. Ignoring objections. Think of this mistake as a serious error and must be rectified at all cost. This refers to the salesman or saleswoman to stop avoiding or poorly handling customer objections. As a result, they leave prospects' doubts unresolved, reducing the chance of a sale. On the other hand, a wise sales professional should at all times anticipate objections, address them confidently and turn them into opportunities to build trust. True or not? You can bet it is a gospel truth. The last but certainly not the least is none other than mistake number 7. Not following up. Needless to say, this kind of mistake may be one that demands quick action. Failing to follow up after an initial meeting or call is one mistake mostly rookie salespeople always commit. If unchecked, potential deals slip through the cracks due to lack of engagement. Truly, it is no joking matter. Listen up, it is paramount that sales manager or the salespeople need to develop by themselves a systematic follow-up strategy to stay top of their mind. Quite a mouthful, I must say. Agree or not? That said, we must therefore to conclude in a nutshell the video entitled 7 Dangerous Mistakes Why All Sales Professional Must Avoid at Any Cost. Period. As a quick and short conclusion, don't forget to take remedify action on the above 7 grave mistakes. In conclusion, these 7 grave mistakes are listed as poor listening skills, overloading with information, lack of preparation, failing to build relationships, talking too much, selling too hard, ignoring objections, and lastly, not following up. You get my idea now. It is only logical to convince you that this shocking podcast is one podcast that can transform any sales profession regardless. Whether he or she is a senior salesperson or just a rookie. If I may say so myself. True or not? Correct me if I am wrong. I can say this without batting an eyelid that in all my year of selling of over 2 decades, I find that these mistakes, when avoided by salesmen or saleswomen, they can be a super professional. I can testify, under oath, it is the honest truth. Can I get a yes from you? Thanks. Without a shadow of doubt, salespeople does play a mistake-free selling in driving revenue and building customer relationships. But they are not immune to mistakes. Get my viewpoint? I am sure you will. In the meantime, I cannot repeat enough that common errors does include poor listening skills, failing to understand customer needs, being overly aggressive, neglecting follow-ups, and lacking product knowledge. Can you now get my drift? Need I repeat them one more time? I guess not. A serious warning is here. These mistakes can lead to lost sales, damaged relationships, and a negative brand image. Are you still following me? To mitigate these issues, salespeople must focus on active listening, empathy, and continuous learning. Also, regular training, feedback, and a customer-centric approach can help them avoid pitfalls and improve performance. I must admit, by addressing these mistakes, sales teams can build trust, close more deals, and foster long-term customer loyalty. Ultimately, recognizing and correcting these errors is key to achieving sustainable success in sales. Need I say more? I guess not. Before wrapping up this podcast, may I post a gentle reminder to you. It is about the presentation of Madame Sphere and A. Ovata. She will present to you her creator's CTM Joseph biodata, his company, and his free ebook. Are you more happy now? I guess you are. Incidentally, should you need more info about this subject and others e-services, please do contact personally CTM Joseph at WhatsApp 12 3878 592 or email him at josephsfng@gmail.com. Of course, there is no obligations of any kind. With these few last words, and may we, Madam Sophia, CTM Joseph and myself, greet you a great goodbye. We hope to meet you again in our next weekly podcast. All right. The end.
Hello, my name is Madam Sophia, an AI avatar developed by CTM Joseph. I am deeply honored to be able to present CTM Joseph Ng's biodata and his company. That said, let's roll it. Okay, thanks. Presenting biodata of CTM Joseph NG and his company. CTM Joseph SFNG now is the senior partner of a Malaysian company which focuses on helping others. And with regards to marketing companies and its employees' self and career growth, particularly in area of sales and marketing. Apart from that, CTM acted as a consultant for a few companies. Additionally, he is a local motivational sales speaker who addressed more than 5,000 people through his dozens of talks and training across many states in east and west of Malaysia. He is happily married to Margaret NG and has 3 children. But that is not how he started. In the beginning, Joseph faced a lot of hardships and problems before he reaches the pinnacle of success. Now let us hear his story. Being a high school certificate holder, he had a very rough start from an early age. He had to sell to consumers from door to door on a part-time basis to supplement his low income. Continuing his work as a clerk, Joseph also managed to travel a lot in that period, exposing himself in the art and science of selling. At same time, he graduated from 3 countries professional degrees in business administration, Australia, and marketing, UK. Subsequently, he did qualified as accomplished speaker from Toastmaster International, US, with a competent Toastmasters CTM certification. He acquired valuable knowledge from internationally successful salespeople and applying them regularly. Hence his sales skills and marketing improved remarkably. And at the end of his second stint being employed, he excelled as a sales and marketing manager for others. Having improved in these environment, Joseph NG became a marketing manager handling a team of 15 salespeople under him. Then, he was 45 years old. After mastering the art of sales, Joseph moved on to work on some bigger projects like sales and marketing, business assignments for many reputable organizations. He continued with his hard work, and as a result, Joseph performed well in every industry he set his eyes on. But he did not stop here. After trying various success and productivity systems, Joseph NG decided to launch his own partnership company to train business individuals and organizations in sales and marketing. For the same reason, this led to the birth of Messrs. Joseph NG and Associates, training and marketing organization in Malaysia. Joseph NG wrote over 4 books, articles and blogs on various topics like sales, business, self-growth, sales productivity, and much more. Most of them are filled with all the sales and marketing knowledge and experience that Joseph gained in his working life. Joseph wrote about the laws of sales success in his books that he uses in his journey, that both you and I can also use and become successful like him and create marketing history. End.
Hi. I am CTM Joseph NG. Glad that you downloaded this podcast. You just watched the intro by Madam Sophia, the AI developed by me. Here is good news. You're entitled to my free ebook, The Giant 7 Steps to Great Selling. Contact me WhatsApp 6012-3878-592 or email me at josephsfng@gmail.com. Thanks.